ruumi helps you manage pasture and time grazing decisions to grow more grass and reduce costs. We use multispectral satellite images to take dry matter readings, machine learning to predict daily grass growth, and radar satellite to detect grazing activities. Here's a farm that's already been set up. Now to the top left, you can see the total cover average. This would be the equivalent of average farm cover and serves as a useful seasonal indicator for how you're doing at any time. It also helps you decide when to put your animals in for winter or take them out for spring again. And below the total cover average, we have the growth rate for the farm as well. Below this, we have the animal groups, which I'll go into a bit later, and below animal groups, all your fields which haven't been assigned to animal groups and are therefore silage. Now, one of the great things about ruumi is that we actually show you the variation in cover across fields. So you can zoom into our map-centered app, and if you hover over a field, we'll actually show you the dry matter cover reading for any specific point. You can even see a farmer who has potentially used an electric fence across a field to split it up. So the ruumi readings really give you that sense of what's actually going on the ground and helps show that to you. You may in this instance also want to turn that field into 2 fields at a later stage. That would be up to you. It's really easy to add new fields in ruumi. Simply go to the plus button and go to Add Field. Now, you can choose if you want to add a field to one of your animal groups, but in this case we'll just add it to silage and we will call it Test. Now, scroll over to the area where you would like to add your field, just find it, and then select the drawing tool. Now, you can take as much time as you want to add the field geometry that you want. In this case, we're going to create a subdivision of this field, and then add as many field points as you want, and then just double click to close the loop. You can continue to drag those around if you want, but should be okay, and then hit save. Now, in a very short space of time, ruumi will calculate the cover value for you, and you can see that it's 2,047 kilograms of dry matter per hectare. We also show you the area. Now, if you decide you don't think that's quite right looking on the ground, you can override it and put in a cover measurement of your choice. And all of these measurements you add will help calibrate ruumi. But right now, I'm happy with that, so we'll leave that field in there. And then it's added to your list on your dashboard. It's easy to find out more information about any field. So simply find the field where you'd like to know more information. Just click on it. And you'll see we show you the available dry matter. So it's been allocated to an animal group, then you've got that residual post-grazing target covered. We show you the cover, the average cover for the field, and because it's been allocated to milking cows, we can see they have 1 day and 18 hours of grazing time, grazing days ahead. Now, for whatever reason you're not happy with the cover that ruumi's telling you, we put you in full control, and you can enter the date and the actual cover which you think it is if you want to adjust it. No problem. We let you see the group it's assigned to, and you can choose if you want it to be turn it to silage or assign it to a different group. And then also down at the bottom here, we can see the grazing activities. And it shows us the historic activities. These ones are activities that have been suggested to us by the radar. And what ruumi does is it asks you, we think this field was grazed during this period, are we correct or not? And so if you believe it to be correct, you can hit the tick, and if not, hit the cross. So it's very simple, hit the tick, and it's accepted. And it will recalculate to accommodate for any difference in cover. If you believe that ruumi is not detecting certain grazing events when you've done it, you can add your own grazing events in manually. So just to give you complete control and to make sure you're logging those grazing events as you go. And we really do recommend this. It helps keep the average farm cover up to date, and it helps keep ruumi's machine learning models calibrated to your farm, and it will provide you more accurate readings. We'll just cancel that for now. ruumi really comes into its own when you add animal groups, and that's how you can allocate fields to an animal group, manage grazing decisions, and control the supply and the demand. So to the left, you have all your animal groups. ruumi lets you have as many as you want. They're all color-coded, so you can see where the field boundaries are highlighted in a color. So for example, this purpley blue color, you can see that milking cows, also purpley blue, has these fields allocated to it. So at a dashboard level, we'll show you the demand of the animal group in kilograms of dry matter per hectare per day, the dry matter available to that group in the fields allocated, and also the average cover across those fields. So we take a look inside this group. We show you the total group weight, the demand as just mentioned, and also the number of animals. It's very easy to edit the group, and this is much the same process as adding a new group. So we'll open it and take a look. You can choose whatever name you want for the animal group. And bear in mind, actually, you can have multiple stock classes inside this animal group as well. So you could have sheep and cows, mother cows and calves, and as many stock classes as you have, it will total the entire group weight and demand across different stock classes. We'll take the second one out for now because this one just has one. And you can see that it's cows. Each animal has an average weight of 570 kilograms. We've got 153 animals, and each animal is consuming 15 kilograms of dry matter per day. Now, that's good for dairy farmers, but you'll notice we also show in brackets the percentage body weight, which is better for sheep and beef farmers. So, for example, if you wanted a percentage body weight of 3% per day, you could up the intake to 18 or 16 kilograms of dry matter until you get a percentage body weight 17, which is exactly what you're looking for. We'll leave this at 15 for now because we're happy with that. And that's editing the group. Now, also important is being able to add and assign fields to that group so that you can see them on the grass wedge. It's really easy. You click on the field, it says which group it's assigned to, and you can change it there. We're not going to change that right now because we're happy with it. And this big button here lets us see what all those fields look like on a grass wedge when assigned to milking cows. So we have the rotation length, which you can change throughout the season. So you could make it a shorter rotation or indeed a longer rotation. We can change the post-grazing target, so 1800, that looks good, but you might want to take it down to 1500, that's up to you. We show you the average cover across the group, the growth rate for those fields, and we show you the demand, so you can compare that against the growth rate, as well as grazing days ahead. Now, we calculate the grazing days ahead specifically for this group and its demand, so you can see exactly the amount of feeding time you've allocated. Also, we show you the grazing days ahead per field, so you can see each individual field, how long the animal grazing time will be on those. And so, for example, in this field, you see there's 3 days, 16 hours ahead, so you could consider splitting that in two if that's something you want. It's very easy to take fields out of the grass wedge and assign it to another group or silage, or equally, if you want to pull a field into your allocation and your grass wedge, you can very simply do that there as well. And that is adding animal groups and grass wedges. I hope you've enjoyed this ruumi demo. We're continually improving the product, trying to simplify it and provide even better insights. So please watch out for more news. Thanks. Bye.